All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Welcome everyone for another 10th GYMHA Mind Matter talk show. And this episode will be another emerging episode of today's. We also will talk about the theme is very important for all the youth who are doing their study right now. So the theme is 7 ways to stay mentally healthy during exam session. In this session, we will have a great panelist. So if I consider one by one, you will be glad. So first of all, I would like to introduce Dr. Rania Lampou, the Global Educator's Senior Instructor with Astronomy and Space Company, Greek Ministry of Education and Religious Affairs, GYMHA Special Board Advisor, Training Director, and most importantly, international personnel. So Rania Lampou, welcome on the board.
Thank you so much, Dr. Noor, and I'm very honored to be here. I'm very excited for another session, great session, on a very critical topic today. And I would like to thank all the team of GYMHA team, and especially Dr. Jude, for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So we have another impactful personnel, my dear brother, who is the GYMHA Ambassador and Assistant Director of Operation, Tiziorgio Nwanku. Tiziorgio brother, welcome on the board.
Thank you very much. I'm really glad to be here. I want to appreciate in a most special way GYMHA, Professor Jude, for giving me this privilege to be here. I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And definitely we will definitely discuss a number of things of today's topic. So yes, another key panelist of today, the school principal, motivational speaker, and the columnist, Nahid Reza, all the way from India. So yes, sir, welcome on board.
Thank you very much. Good evening, all. I'm very happy to be part of this very, very genuine platform. So thank you very much. I am Nahid Reza from India. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for on board, and thank you so much, Rania and Educator, brother, for being here. And also, I'm also one of the speaker of the today. So my name is Noor Ahmed. I'm the ambassador as well as event coordinator of Global Youth Mental Health Awareness GYMHA. So I would like to ask the first question of the today. So I will go firstly to the Rania Lampou. Can you please tell us that what are the 7 ways to stay mentally healthy during exam session? Because we are facing a lot of exams nowadays for our study life. Still, we are doing a job. Still, we also facing some study because of our occupation of our level. So study is everywhere. So can you please tell us what are the 7 ways to stay mentally healthy during the exam session?
Yes. First, I would like to say that during exams, during this exam session, students really suffering. I want to say the example here in Greece, this period, we have university exams. It's a type of exams which are very, very painful and stressful because we have cases of children who have suicide because they know that's all this family pressure, peer pressure. And students feel that if they don't succeed, if they don't get in any university position, their life doesn't have a meaning. Apart from this, last week there was an incident here in Greece. The subject of physics, the last grade of exams, university exams, were very, very difficult. Actually, the level was above the average. So we had many, many reactions from students, of course, from parents. It took dimensions of a social protest. So you can understand the stress, or even of very good, of brilliant students, the level of stress were very, very high. Everybody was talking about this, that it was like a torture for the students, even the students who were very well prepared, had to face with difficult situations. So our first priority, this period, I think in the majority of countries, there is a period of exams. We need to know about what we call test anxiety. Test anxiety is this form of what we call performance anxiety. Wanting to perform well can be, of course, a strong motivating factor that can help us prepare for success. However, this pressure to get a good grade or to succeed may cause, of course, to experience anxiety. And why? Because there is fear of failure, of course, high academic expectations, if we talk about university exams, for example. If there is an adequate lack of preparation, which is insufficient preparation is a common cause of exam stress, procrastination or ineffective study habits, or an overloaded academic schedule can leave usually students unprepared for exams. The peer pressure, because we talk about competitive academic environments, we all know about this. So the desire to match or surpass peers' performance can lead to stress during exams. And of course, I think the most important here in Greece is the parental pressure. We all know that the dream of every parent is to see students succeeding exams, etc. Of course, don't forget about perfectionism. All these perfectionist tendencies that can exacerbate exam stress. Students who strive for perfection may set unrealistically high standards for themselves, leading, of course, to constant worry about making mistakes or falling short of their expectations. So all these issues and the social comparison that I mentioned before can be a great source of test anxiety. And we know that they say that 4 in 5 students are suffering from this. And this is the what we call test anxiety and the causes. And of course, we don't know about the symptoms, what is happening. Students feel loss of, they feel depressed, they feel sadness, hopelessness, many times depressed, burnout, usually this period. And of course, in some cases, when we need to get something done, a little bit of stress, it can be motivating and creating. But now, but the trick is now, this session today is to see when it's too much stress. So the ways you asked me, the 7 ways to keep healthy, mentally healthy. First of all, is to keep a healthy mindset. It is important to acknowledge that your self-worth isn't based on the exam results we get. Of course, you try your best and work hard, but students should remember that there's a lot more to life than exam results. I'm saying this for students who even think to suicide after the exams. So putting too much pressure on yourself can result, of course, in a decline in your mental health. First is this, and of course, for certain students, we suggested that it's important to create a schedule. Before they start revising, they can draw up a realistic study schedule that actually it is related to their lifestyle. Of course, it is tailored to their individual lifestyle and learning preferences. And this can make studying feel much more manageable, can help to avoid procrastination. Procrastination often leads to much more stress, this is certain. Another strategy, another way is, of course, to get outside. Because research shows that connecting with nature this period benefits our mental health and it can rapidly reduce stress. So distressing can help go out during the exams, can help you have a clearer head, which can help us perform better. Another way is about eating. Eating a healthy, fulfilling diet is really important for our mental well-being. This also because our body needs enough food to build neurotransmitters will help to regulate our thoughts and feelings. So we need to prioritize our diet. This goes along, of course, with how to sleep well. So get enough sleep, especially in the days before exams. To exercise regularly. I think physical activity, running will leave us feeling calm or fresh and energetic for hours. And the relaxation techniques, it's very, very helpful because this can reduce feelings of stress or anxiety when we study and write exams. Another issue, we will see that it's important to keep social. Being social is important for overall well-being. But remember, not to, social doesn't mean that we need to be hooked over a mobile. On the other hand, experts say that we need to avoid distractions. And of course, in this period, we need to sometimes to switch off social media, to be absent from social media. I forgot to say about to take breaks. It's important. Make sure that we take short breaks every hour of study that help us remain on task. And schedule time about things that we may enjoy. That could be a friend, etc. So more or less, I have suggested some things.
Brother Chichi, okay, can you please mute yourself? Actually, the sound is come from your hand. Anyway, yes, please continue.
Yes, more or less think that strategies have to do with how to eat well, how to sleep well, how to schedule our time, to have a regular schedule and tailored according to our learning needs, and to keep an optimistic, healthy mindset. This is very important. Take breaks and identify the root cause, of course, of our anxiety. I mean, you need to understand what is happening. You said you put too much emphasis on one test, or you are unprepared for a test. You are experiencing perfectionism. I said before, I was perfectionist when I was younger because of my family pressure. So you need to diagnose, to spot what is happening inside of you, to identify what is the root cause of anxiety. So I think.
Thank you so much. Yes, such a wonderful. Actually, you have covered a lot of things. So if you actually, firstly, you have shared that why actually stress happening and cause of stress, the anxiety, lack of preparation, also being a part of the main problem of the stress, as well as more importantly, there's we are actually students have been facing the procrastinating behavior. They will do that. I will do later. I will do later. And that time, all the things are coming at a time. And yes, sometimes the parental issues also there. And that what I like was mostly that you were focusing the healthy mindset. Everything is there, very common that you have to eat a healthy, sleep well, and blah blah blah. But healthy mindset, this is very an unique thing that you address. And of course, I would like to be with you, that is being social. When we are having a exam, we are feeling so much pressure. We are not actually, please, I don't want to attend any kinds of session. I have to complete all my things before my exam. Otherwise, I will fail. I will not get up to the mark and so many things. Thank you so much, Rania, for your
Yes, I
perspective
want to add
discussion.
here that set realistic goals, how to foster a realistic approach.
Yes, realistic goals.
Set achievable academic targets always. And of course, teach about effective time management. For example, I have said many times in these sessions that I am not effective in time management. So still I'm working on this. This means that we need to prepare students for this. If adults are not, are not adept at this, you can understand how students need help. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much. So yes, I have to give the claps. And of course, I would like to welcome another key personnel and panelist of today's session, Dr. Onuchi Abraham Lawrence, the lecturer of the American International University of West Africa, Gambia, GYMHA Special Board Advisor, Co-Administrator, and Board Member at Banjul City Council, Gambia and Darto. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. We are glad to have you. Can you please add a bit? Well, all right. Do you want to add a bit, apart from the Rania Lampou said regarding the 7 ways of staying mentally healthy during exam? But number of things Rania already covered. Do you have anything to say in this question?
Thank you so much. And I also thank my colleague, Rena, for that great presentation. And I also thank GYMHA for the opportunity as well to speak at this important topic. You know, when we talk about, staying mentally healthy when preparing for an examination, I don't want to look at the theoretical aspect of it. I want to look at the practical aspect of it. When I say practical aspect of it, this is what I see on daily basis. This is what I see at every season, because I always deal with students, so I understand what this is all about. Now, first thing first, why would one have stress during exams? That is the first question first. Now, to answer this question, there are two types of students. The first type of student is one who is reading to pass a certain course, meaning the person is trying to study maybe to get an A or to get a B or to get a C, just to pass, just to have a good score or to have a good grade. Now, you have another student who is actually studying because that particular course is a course that will change their lives. So you see, the motives changes. The change of motives brings about different results. So if one must remain in a good health or mentally healthy in preparing for examination, the first thing first is define the motives. What are your motives? Are you studying to pass? Are you studying because that course is a course that will change your life? Are you seeing it as part of your career? Are you seeing it as a part of your ambition? Are you seeing it as part of your life? So you see, these two anchors determines what happens to anyone. Now, let me give you an example here. The one who is studying to pass for the exam most likely will end up having pressure, what we call the examination pressure. Now, the question is why? Why the examination pressure? It is because he or she does not have an interest, motivation internally that drives them to consistently, committedly, dedicatively on that course before the exams. So they kept waiting until the last minute of the exams. Then they will start studying. So what happened to them is this: the brain has what we call the elastic yield, elastic limit, and elastic contraction. So they keep on struggling and pressurizing the brain. The brain reacts to absorb what they are forcing into. At the end of the day, the pressure of the brain goes high. It returns back to their body as blood, as a stress. So you see, the physical components of the body reaction during the exams is what brings about pressure. So I don't want to talk about all this or the theoretical. I want to be very pragmatic in this. Now, for the one who is studying because he or she wants to make a difference. Now, this particular individual, he or she has not waited till the last minute. No. He or she has been studying consistently, dedicatively, and remain committed. So you see, on the day of the exams or the few days to the exams, what he or she will be doing becomes what we call a rehearsal, meaning they are trying to reflect back on what they have been studying. So they actually wouldn't have much pressure because the brain is open to absorb. The brain has been active, not inactive. Therefore, the person would face less pressure. Now,
Right.
what is my advice on this subject? My advice remains this. We know that in many schools, there are three types of students. The first type of student, those that their parents want them to come to school because the parents want them to become a doctor, an engineer, or whatever. It is the choice of the parents. So it is not their choice. Okay? And now you have another class of students. Now, this class of students, they come to school simply because they want to identify themselves as being students, as being part of a university, as being part of that college, or as being part of that institution. So they just want to be identified as students. And then you will have another category of students, which is the last one. Now, these kind of students, they go with one goal. They want to achieve success. So you see, these two categories that I've mentioned, aside of this last category, they would end up having so much exam pressure because they are not seeing themselves in the system. They are within the system, but the system is not within them. Therefore, they must face pressure. So, my advice becomes, if you find yourself in any of these categories, first thing first, have stress management technique, because it is compulsory that they must have stress, because the stress comes because of the pressure they have given to the brain. The brain has to remain inactive for a long period of time. So they are forcing the brain to become active. So they must have stress. So they need to have stress management technique, such as relaxing, okay, such as having enough sleep, and such as having meditation, and even to an extent, such as having some physical exercises. These can help them to relax their minds. More importantly, and I will allow others to speak, more importantly, examination is not a war. It's not a war zone. No. Examination is a process to test your ability to translate what you have learned. It's not a war zone.
Right.
And if people understand this, that you are not going for a war zone in the examination, it is simply testing your ability. What do you need to do?
Right.
Examine yourself, prepare yourself, put down your abilities and put it to writing. That's all. You are good to go. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. You are actually doing your job in the university, and that's why you have been number of experience regarding these issues. And yes, the part I like to address three types of students nowadays. One is the focusing on their parental demand of parental wishes that he or she will be the engineer, doctor, and some other things. One is having feeling that to be part of the study. It
Yeah.
can be university, it can be another part. And the third one, there is most impactful one, the who actually is thinking about the one goal, who can achieve the success, and most importantly, most of we are being a part of this category. That's why we are feeling stressed during the exam. We are actually procrastinating ourselves. We are not changing our motive till our exam happen, and that's all the stress come at a time, and we are actually brushed out and thinking about the failure of the during exam. Thank you so much, my dear brother, for articulating these things such a wonderful way. So moving forward, I would like to ask the question, my dear brother, is it okay? Can you please tell me that how can students avoid stress during exam?
Okay, thank you very much. Before I start, I would like to appreciate the two speakers who spoke on the first question. In fact, as a matter of fact, they nailed it. So to start with, how to avoid the stress during exams. It is very important that we understand first what causes stress or stress is all about. Now, when we talk about stress, I've always pointed out that when we talk about stress, we are talking about, leaving what you're supposed to do at the first place and doing it at the last instance. So when you want to avoid stress as a student, there is need for you to number one, to prioritize. You have to plan ahead of time. Manage the time. So one of the ways to avoid stress during students, one of the ways to avoid stress during is you have to manage your expectation. Manage your expectation, because sometimes during exams, students expect so much. And during the exam, it becomes stress on them. They are unable to manage their expectations. For instance, if you are expecting that I want to make an A in a particular course, it is not something you start at the dying minute. As soon as you resume for the semester, you begin to plan. You begin to put plans in place, because I've understood that sometimes students like what we call fire brigade approach. Fire brigade approach to in the extent that it is maybe after the midterm test, they begin to read, they begin to make sure that everything enters at once. No, as a student, to avoid stress, you must manage your expectation. If you have higher expectation, you need to start doing serious work from the outset. If you have a lower expectation, also plan your time ahead. Is to seek for and accept support. Sometimes stress as a student are things you cannot manage on our own. So as a student, you need to seek for support. You need to seek for resources that will enable you to come out of stress. In the university system, there are resources that are there for students to explore when it comes to stress management. They must be able to make use of these resources effectively to make sure that this stress is reduced. The third one I would like to point out is we understood that the university system and the learning environment, there are social activities and there are academic activities. So to avoid stress, we must be able to manage these two activities. We should be able to manage the stress between activity. We should be able to say, okay, this is what I'm doing at this time.
Brother, your voice is cracking. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, your voice now clear. Please continue.
Okay, so as I was saying, we as a student, for you to avoid stress, you in this, you want to also be able to prioritize your time and your academic. when you do this, you will discover that you will, number one, learn how to manage your time and reduce the stress on it. The fourth one and the last I would like to emphasize on is starting very early. Starting very, very early. I remember when I was in school, what I used to do is at the resumption of each semester, what I do is I must have gotten my textbooks from my predecessors. So what I do, I read those textbooks, I jot on it. So during the exams, comfortably. So I want
My dear brother, my dear brother, sorry to interrupt you because the voice cracking, we are not able to listen so smoothly. Please respond the other speaker. Can we actually hear my dear brother's words very smoothly? Rania, can you hear Chizuki words very smoothly? Maybe the networking issue. No issue, but my dear brother, we will definitely get back to you. Till then, we will definitely keep continue the question to the another speaker. We will definitely back to you afterwards. And before that, I would like to share this question answer that when we are having stress, the three signs I've been doing in our physically, number two, behavioral sign, as well as mental and emotional sign. And during the physical sign, how can we feel that the stress is going on? Number one, you are facing the fast breath. Your student, your brother, your sister, you can see the tension muscle going on of what I will do tomorrow. And some other things are what will be the exam, the number of tension. And because of tension, they feel headache problem, they're sweating, the nausea problem, dry mouth, they're having the upset stomach, and so many things. This is all about the physical sign. Behavioral sign, if I consider, there is someone nail biting, someone increased smoking, drinking, and eating a lot of things. That would be the behavior sign when you are having stress. And another thing that is mental and emotional sign, you can, when you are feeling stress, you can difficulty to concentration, you are feeling going blank, what I have to do, you're feeling this kind of blank situation, you are feeling worry, helplessness, uncontrolled behavior. So tactics will be very easy because of your exam. What do you have to do? You have to invest yourself, invest what you have learned in the exams session. So you have to improve your study and exam taking skills. This is required. As an educator, as a student, as a youth insider, I would like to share that please improve your study, exam taking skills that will actually help you to make you more strengthened during the exam situation. Change negative, all the negative stuff. Think about, oh, I don't understand about this stuff. I was thinking about that I will fail this exam. I will not get up to the mark. Please try to avoid this kind of negative things in your mind. That will definitely help you. And of course, try to learn the relax. We are not actually thinking about that. How can we learn the relax? We can do meditation, yoga, practice, tai chi, muscle. There's a lot of things. We have to learn how you to be relaxed. And of course, try to talk things out with the professional when required, like your father, your mother, some of the consultant, if you are facing a number of stress. And of course, try to engage in the healthy behavior, healthy lifestyle, healthy mindset. So this all about the answer regarding how can we avoid the stress during exam. But right now we are going to another key personnel, the Honorable Sir Nahid Reza, who will talk about what are some healthy study. Can you please tell us about this?
Yes. Thank you. My sincere gratitude to Jude sir. Noor sir, you are doing very well. Rania ma'am is outstanding speaker, right? Lawrence has spoken well, and Elisha has also spoken very well indeed. I welcome you all, and I thank you as well. See, study habits. So far as study habits are concerned, First of all, we should try to believe in ourselves that yes, I can do it and start doing. Right? World is yours, material is yours, contents are yours. Right? So, first of all, to unclutter thing, we should get organized. We should have proper format of exam, from proper format of what we are going to do. Clarity is power. What we are going to do, what is our purpose. As Rania ma'am told, that we should have some no realistic goals. We should have goals. If goals are there, we should start working towards them, and study habits could be formed very well. So first of all, we should try to get ourselves organized. Right, nothing unwanted material should be there on our study tables, and we should believe in ourselves. We should trust ourselves that we can do. Right. And yes, please be focused whenever you are studying. Focus. You must have consistency, and you should prepare notes. Right, if systematical notes are there, they are better. Right, cornell notes are there, and don't simply read. Please jot down points, right? Revise them. When studies are over, please think about study. How have you studied? It would improve your 23% studies, and you would be able to learn better. Learning outcomes would be better. And yes, in between, please have some physical exercises for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. Have some strolling, have some walking. It would increase learning outcome 18%. Talk to your teacher in case of confusion. Please talk to your teacher that I have this problem, and please get your queries sorted out by the teachers. When you communicate, communication is the key. When you communicate, teachers understand, they deliver, and you understand better. In this same manner, please try to be very good along with our students so far as social things are concerned. Keep on communicating, keep on listening to people and students, teachers. Right, it helps. Right, and please understand the questionnaire, what sort of questions are there, and ask questions, reply question, form a club for studies. Right, and yes, create a study plan. And you should study continuously, consistently, and please keep down. Right, you use multiple notes. Right, mind maps should be used. One particular time should be devoted for studying. One space should be there, quiet space should be there, and peaceful space should be there. And please stick to your study plan. Right, don't just read and read. Keep on learning, keep on speaking to yourself, keep on talking, and self-talking very, very essential so far as study habits are concerned. Quiet place should be there, peaceful place should be there, and in between, please test, collect class test, and check yourself. You would see that you are improving consistently. So this is all. Thank you, Noor. Thank you very much.
Wow, sir, you have shared a lot of things. I try to take the notes that you have shared. If I consider that, I think I'm taking all of the things in my notes. Firstly, be focused. And yes, that is required. That is required. I repeat the number of times that is required, because we are distracted for the printing notification in our phone. Who is giving the notification? We are checking this phone during our study. Okay, how much like I get in my post? How much love reaction I have get? The number of things are happening. Even you're also thinking that yes, I will share some of my posts in the Instagram and some other social media. Think about it. When you are studying, you are finding and some notification going on in your phone, you have to go back to your phone rather than your study. So this is the distraction. And when you are studying, please avoid your book. I mean, avoid your phone as, as much as you can in the other room. Otherwise, you will not become, I mean, very much focus on your study. And of course, I share that physical exercise that is really required. If I'm focusing the study plan, and of course. And we also the okay, self-talking. Wow. self-talking is also required because most of we are not actually giving some time for ourselves. We are, when we are getting some break time, we actually go to the social media. What kind of bills are going on and how much funny things are going on. So a number of things are happening on that day. So I also show that if you are having any problem, ask for the help. You also have to manage your time. You have to have your goal of your study. You have to practice, practice and practice. And I hope I will add one more thing, that try to choose effective study location. My dear brother, my dear sister, whoever watching right now, try to find a study location. Your bed is not your study location. When you are studying within your bed, you are reading something and you are actually falling asleep. So don't try to think so. You have to consider that your study location will be peaceful location where you can concentration on your study very peacefully, and of course take break after 25 minutes. 5 minutes break is very required. So thank you so much, sir, for being and giving some such insight. So my dear brother Chiji, okay, don't need to open your camera because if network issues is going on, you can share your words. Unmute yourself and share the next question of the today. How can I take better sleep during exam? This is very correct. So my dear brother Chizioki, over to you. Brother Chizioki, can you hear us? You are muted.
Yeah, yes, I can
Okay,
hear you.
you can off your camera so you can easily, so that you can easily share your words. Otherwise, the voice is not will be very clear because of the network issues.
Okay. Okay. So what's the question?
Yeah, how can I take better sleep during the exam session?
Okay. Thank you very much. In fact, sleep is very, very important during examination, because if you don't have enough sleep, you will discover that during the exam you'll be tired, you'll be exhausted, you will not have enough to retain in your brain. So one of the ways to have enough sleep is, number one, making time for sleep. Making time for sleep is very, very important, because anything you want to achieve, you must first of all agree and accept you want to do that thing. So you must make time for sleep. Secondly, watch what you eat and when to eat it. Sometimes students who are preparing for exams, there are basic food that are acceptable food that you're expected to take when you're going to study, when you're going to bed. So when you mix up this food, when you don't eat the right food at the right time, you discover that you will not have enough sleep. When you are studying, you'll be dozing off. You will not even be able to concentrate very, very well. So because sleep is very important, we should be able to make time for sleep and know what to eat per time. And that one is to to clear our head before going to bed. Sometimes we have a lot of things on our head, we need to take it off. So whenever we have enough thing on our head, it will not afford us the opportunity to sleep. And when you have enough on your head, you have not cleared it, you are still thinking, before you know, the night will be over and you will not sleep. So it is very important that we clear our head before going to bed. Remember, let us not forget that one night of bed sleep won't hurt us. One night of bed sleep won't hurt us. So as a student, don't study all the time. You have to make time, appropriate time for you to catch sleep, because sleep is very, very important. If you fail to sleep because you want to read all the whole book at the same time, you discover that you will read all the whole book, but when the time comes for you to deliver, it will be very difficult for you to deliver. So let us, as a student, let's make time to do what? To sleep. The fourth one is limit caffeinated drinks. Caffeinated drinks, we make us sleepless and we won't be able to enjoy our sleep during examination. So these and many more will assist students in making sure they have enough sleep during the exam and by extension, reduce stress on them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. Yes, you have shared the very key three things I do consider as make time for sleep. During our exam, we actually forget about sleep. Why? Because you are actually procrastinating all the things that I will study, and the time of your exam, all the study come at a time. That's you actually forget your study to cover all of your stuffs before the placing an exam. And you also forgot that you have to watch what you eat and when you eat. This is also the part of the exam. I mean, sleep better. You also focus in the limit caffeinated drinks. You know, for the before a week of exam, most of the students who are now actually study, I mean, within the given time, they're actually taking some number of time, coffee, tea, to restore their mind, more active, more work at the nighttime study. And most of the young generation, a young mind, think about it. When they study at night, they will actually able to learn much better rather than the daytime. But according to the research, the time between the 4 a.m. to 9 a.m., your mind will be more active, more resourceful. When you are giving a number of things that time, your brain are catching all the things very proactively. But we are actually spending all the night study during the exam session. Yes, my dear brother Chichi already shared a couple of things. So yes, I will get back to you, Rania Lampou, to share at least two more things. Then I will go to the principal, sir.
Yes. I want to add, first of all, we talked before about the habits and study habits. And I think that we need to mention what we call active learning techniques, because this promotes active engagement with the material, study material, instead of passive learning or passive reading. Techniques such as, for example, something that I was doing when I was young, when we summarize information in around words, or when we teach the material to someone else, or when we apply the learned knowledge in real life scenarios. These are strategies which are highly effective. Regular review also and self-assessment, as you mentioned before, about practice, because successful students actually understand that learning is a continuous process. So we regularly review the study material to solidify understanding and prevent forgetting, and also enhancing memory, how to improve memory. Memory is a #1 priority during exams. And the time management that I said before, this has to do with how we plan. As Dr. Naid said, here I want to say these things that first we need to, you know that the study material is overwhelming most of the time. So we need to divide our tasks into urgent and non-urgent. So prioritize the urgent tasks. Second step is to break up our tasks into smaller tasks. Why? Because this can help us keep track of ourselves while keeping our tasks manageable at the same time. And also, when we have done 3 smaller tasks instead of 1 big task, this can make us feel more accomplished. The same way, the same logic, break up our goals into smaller goals. And definitely, it's important to establish a routine. This is a key. You mentioned before, Dr. Noor, about how it's important to dedicate a self-study location also. But you know, experts say that it's important to change also your environmental location, because studying in the same place every day, of course, can seem the best way to get a work done efficiently, but sometimes it can backfire. And experts say that brain is more alert in new environments. So changing the location is something that will help refocus on our studies. And also, let's not forget about how we can utilize technology, because technology provides countless resources and tools to enhance studying during this period. There is another technique. There are people who participate in what we call study groups. So there are those who know who learn better in a collaborative learning environment. And in any case, we need to eliminate distractions, as I said before, about the social media, how to engage almost with the material, and some tips about the exams. But we need to familiarize ourselves with the exam situation. It's something that we haven't said today. The exam will go more smoothly. We know beforehand how it is structured. So we need to be prepared for the exam, for example, with other students of our class, or ask about the modalities. It's about open questions about multiple choice. We need to be prepared for this. And work at the same time on our self-confidence, because a weak sense, of course, of ourselves is one of the main causes for exam anxiety. Learn how to overcome our fears by systematically improve our self-confidence, and mitigating the inner critic is something that is very important. So show up for yourself, appreciate your achievements. I mean, we need to think questions like this. How often have you passed an exam despite your fears? Or how often have you thought, I will never pass, I will never succeed? Or which exams have you already passed that were much more challenging? So this kind of questions, this can help. We can write a list with all our accomplishments so far. It's very motivating. During this period, we need motivation and we need discipline at the same time. And experts also talk about how we can visualize success. When students visualize success, then we know that what is visualization. They create a mental image of ourselves performing well on the test and achieving the desired outcome. This is what experts say mental rehearsal. And it's efficient because it can help prepare our mind and body for the test experience. It is important, and of course, proper preparation and practice is always one of the best ways to immediately lower anxiety levels. So more or less, I think of these are the techniques, and we mentioned before about, Dr. Lawrence said about sleep. We need to point out to students that poor sleep during this period affects our memory, that concentration and accuracy also go down, critical ability also. And they say for adolescents, it's about, it's 1 hour. Most adults require 7 to 9 hours of sleep, but for adolescents, they say it's about an hour or more. What we call sleep depth, when it is the period of total sleep loss that accumulates in a given period. Even experts say that even if you get a good 8 hours of sleep the night before the big test, you may not be as rested as you think. If you didn't maintain a healthy sleep pattern the week previous, the week leading to the exam, you will carry all of these missed hours of sleep in the test with you. So what I want to say that you should not accumulate sleep loss over several days or weeks. So set aside enough time to sleep and go to bed and wake up at the same times each day, even on weekends. And of course, avoid alcohol, caffeine, and nicotine, and all these things. So I think that we have explained.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, of course, you addressed a number of things, that how can we take a better sleep during exam. And of course, the key matters, what's happening for the stress, and the less sleep actually impacting our brain, and how it's actually brain can be damaged for that as well. But I would like to address just 1 or 2 more things, that we have to don't use your smartphone in bed. This is actually another factor that actually reduce your time, reduce all of your inside positive things, because when you are spending time through the showing all the reels, Seems like, wow, it's funny, it's good, it's make me so relaxed. And a couple of times we were actually doing the screening, and one by one we were watching all the videos. Suddenly we have think about it. Wow, I lost 3 hours to watch this reels. So you already spend the 2 or 3 hours with the blink of your eyes for your simple dopamine detox. Anyway, and another thing that you have to have a better bedtime routine that is required, and make sure your bedroom a place of rest, not the place of study, and clear all of your head before the bed. So thank you so much, Rania Lampou, for your great insight.
Dr.
So
Nuda,
now I would like
have you
to.
noticed how students nowadays sleep very late? Most of the students sleep after 1, 2
Absolutely.
a.m. This was not happening when I was young. I mean, the parents were very
Absolutely.
strict.
Actually,
Well,
our generation,
10 p.m. in the past. Now they have lost all this control. They don't have this. They don't set
Yes.
boundaries, not even in their sleep. Youth of nowadays. So you can understand only the impact that this can have on their academic performance.
Nicer can relate this, that when we are planning to wake up at the morning, that time our kids, the young generation, just planning to sleep that time. And because they are spending the whole night for the social media, for the games, for the other impactful things. But this is happening for the current generation. They are actually having overwhelmed with their social medias, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Reels, and so many things. They want to be the famous by the little effort of their work through the TikTok and some other platforms. And they're spending some money through the YouTube with some their blog and some other things. So think about it. If you are if you are doing having fun, you are earning some money through the social media. And that's why you're spending the time on social media. But most of the students who have earned nothing, learn nothing, but spending most of the time in the social media because of small happiness, because they are actually alone. They don't have find the much more guider who can guide them to get a great outcome for their life. Anyway, we are running out and the time is running out. So I would like to get back to my dear honorable sir. My sir, can you please share what are some food that help improve brain function for the students?
See, sir, thank you, sir, for questioning again, sir. I appreciate this question because it is very much required. First of all, we need to see their habits in general, habits at home, habits of family. Then we can inculcate good habits and good foods for having positive impact on their brain function, right? So oily foods are very essential, berries are very essential, whole grains could be given to children, right? Leafy vegetables, green vegetables, nuts and seeds, right? Oranges could be given in the for vitamin C, right? Eggs could be administered, dark chocolates could be given. And yes, before we start giving to our children, we should have, and it should be the routine in the family. Please let me allow to repeat: oily fish, berries, whole grains, green leafy vegetable, nuts and seeds, oranges, avocados, eggs, dark chocolates, right? And yes, plenty of water, beverages, right? So that they can be healthy and they should exercise and they should know when to have and how to have these things, right? And they must be given in small quantity. There should never be overeating. Thank you, sir.
You are muted, Dr. Noor. You are mute. You are mute. Dr. Noor, you are muted.
Oh my God, actually, I share a lot of things. Thank you so much, sir, for adding all the things. You have shared the green, all the green fruits, berries, dark chocolate, seeds, avocado, water. I would like to add a number of things more. That is all their brain food. That is rosemary, salmon fish, olive oil, beets, citrus fruits, all their brain foods. Because we have to live the healthy life. And we have to lead. That's what I like most. We have shared that we have to have planned, nutritious plan in our daily life. Otherwise, if you are getting once a time during the exam, please eat the salmon fish. You will have a healthy brain. No, one at a time it won't be happen. It have to be a healthy plan, diet, balanced diet for our lifestyle. So yes, we are running out. And actually, we are having a very fun and very important themes of today, because this session will be very impactful for all the students who have been doing their study. Not only students, even some of the professionals who are also doing a study apart from their profession. So thank you so much, Rania Lampou. Thank you so much, my dear brother Chijoke, my dear sir, nice sir, for your great insight of today's session. So I would like to end this session, but before the end of the session, I'd like to have one sentence each of you for our student. So I will start from the Rania.
Yes. Trust
One
yourself.
sentence.
Trust yourself. You are more resilient than you think, and you will make it through. And I want to say, set realistic goals, but at the same time, high goals. I don't want to hear youth to tell me that I want to be YouTuber and global influencer and not doctor or astrophysicist. So set realistic goals and high goals at the same time. This is what I want to say. And trust in yourself. Find the inner power to manage everything, even the most difficult subject exams.
Absolutely. Trust yourself. Trust me. Trust yourself. You are the true who can demotivate yourself. You are the you who can demotivate yourself. You are the you who can change the world. And you are the you who can be the model of the world. So thank you so much. And now I'm going to my dear brother Chijoke. One sentence, please.
Okay. To me, I just want to say this: that success is not gotten on the platter of gold. Success is always there if only we can go and get it. For students, I encourage them to always make out time to start from the first day. If you start at the diabetes, definitely, unavoidably, you must have stress. So you have to start the first day you start. Thank you very much.
Wow. I'm just wondering how beautifully you share your words to all the students. Thank you so much. So yes, sir, over to you. Nice, sir.
Dear students, discover your gift, develop your gift, and distribute it to the world. Thank you.
Wow. Super, sir, super, sir. I would like to add my one. Please try to get the satisfaction rather than success. Because your satisfaction will enlighten your inner world. Your success will be sustained for a period of time. So thank you so much to all of you, and thank you so much, my dear brother Jude, for enlightening all the youth around the world, as well as give us the opportunity to share some of our insights. Thank you so much, and have a great weekend, great time. Stay healthy, stay active, and try to be part of the GYMHA Global Youth Mental Health Awareness GYMHA. Bye-bye. Good night, good evening, and good morning to all of you. Bye-bye.